All right then, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Once again, boulder-bound arrivals. You're watching AMS Live with me, boy. Gorgeous weather today. It's nearly cloudless. There are a few high cirrus clouds here and there, but it is sunny. It is 20 degrees Celsius already, 70 degrees Fahrenheit approximately. We're waiting. It's a nice day. We're waiting for both the Emirates A380 and also the Aeromexico Dreamliner arriving from Mexico City. Finally, today is the big day. The Quetzalcoatl special livery is returning. And not sure which of the two will arrive latest, but I'll stay until these two have landed, that's for sure. As you can see in the ticker, wind is blowing from 160 degrees with 6 knots. It is otherwise CAV okay. Ceiling and visibility are okay. 20 degrees Celsius already. No significant changes in the weather expected. And the first airplane is coming in. Parallel arrivals once again, same as yesterday. Probably later in the morning they will close the center runway in favor of this runway. For now, both the boulder-bound and center are used for arrivals, and the first airplane coming our way on this runway in the show is Air Europa flight 1091, arriving from Madrid, Dreamliner 7878, underway now for almost 2 hours, an hour and 54 minutes. The airplane is 9 years old. Its first flight was in June 2014. That is definitely some nice usage of the reverse thrust. Lovely sound. A lot of viewers already tuned in. USA Titan, USA Lion or Bear, Aviation History and Titan TV, man. Good morning, goedemorgen. Roy, goedemorgen. Eversteria, good morning. Jackie, goedemorgen. Who can't watch, sadly, today in the car to my next Ferienwohnung. Sehr schön. Viel Spaß damit. Hoffentlich gibt es kein Stau heute. Wendy, goedemorgen. Elton, good morning, my friend. Daniel, goedemorgen, man. Gaat lekker. Lekker zonnetje, goed weer. Beautiful weather. Did put on sunscreen before going out. I'm standing in my t-shirt and in shorts. Lovely weather. Lars, goedemorgen. Sander, goedemorgen, man. Andres, good morning. It is nice weather, getting warm indeed. Pop Transit, good morning. Mario, guten Morgen. Schön, dass du auch wieder dabei bist. Herzlich willkommen. So, quick overview. Sun and blue skies. As you can see, this is looking to the west. You can see over the sea a bit of high clouds. Looking to the east, land inward, it is all nice and blue. And what is this? There is this bulb, bright, warm. Also coming in, Speedbird from London Heathrow. Flight 436, bird controller also present. The airplane, 21 years old, first flight June 2002. NK1, the bird controller, also patrolling the perimeter. Now, with the exception of a few people further up north on the cycling path, it is, well, or are there, no. thought maybe there were also some people over there. It is otherwise quiet still for the time being. It is a Friday, school holidays in the Netherlands, beautiful weather. So my expectation is that as the morning progresses, it is going to get more busy. We saw that yesterday as well. Well, I think my loud babbling has woken up this coot. Came out of the bushes. Well, at least it looked like it was coming out of the bushes over here on the side, the water side. Probably was in the water all along. Quickly realizing how warm it is in the sun already and quickly seeking the shade. Now I had a look on flight radar, and if I am not mistaken, we should be expecting at least 4 747s. That is excluding any that might take off from nearby destinations in the duration that I'm streaming, such as yesterday when a 8th 747 took off from Paris Charles de Gaulle, as I was already streaming. So hopefully something like that will happen again, but I saw at least 4 underway that are expected to land in the duration that I am expecting to be streaming today. Little Embraer 190 coming back from London City, KLM flight 982. Airplane is 14 years old, first flight April 2009. Also maybe audible for you guys is an airplane taking off right now, or at least that just took off from runway 24 and is going to the north. Passing next to me on altitude, at altitude. And the chat is getting chatty. Running behind already. Lasse, goedemorgen. Camille, good morning. Uli, goedemorgen, good morning. Jens, goedemorgen. Lammert, goedemorgen. Wellington Palma, good morning. Checking in from Osaka. Nice. Good afternoon. Olaf, goedemorgen. Rick, Mr. Master, goedemorgen. Okay, both the Aeromexico and Emirates are scheduled to arrive around 1:15 to 1:20 p.m. So that is approximately until then, until when I will be streaming. And Lot also coming in. Not much wind. Few knots from 160 degrees. Departures taking place from runway 24 and 18 left, or at least that's what the latest update on the website of the LVNL was saying. Where was I? Marnix, goedemorgen. Chris, goedemorgen. Daniel, good morning. Arjan, goedemorgen. Tiriliri, goedemorgen. Peter, goedemorgen. Good morning and bye, have to work. That is unfortunate, mate. Sarah, good morning. Yeah, indeed, sunny weather at last. Ingo, goedemorgen. Loco, good morning. Air France, A321. Right. Michael Nobus, good morning. Janus, good morning. Aversteria asks, will I stream when the first cargo planes start to arrive to AMS heading to Zandvoort Formula 1 around August 20th? Didn't even cross my mind that that is also coming up. So that is next weekend, right? Is there some resource you can check what the schedule of the flights is? Not sure when they are coming in. Also not sure what the weather will be around then, of course, but definitely worth having a look to see if we can make a win-win out of it. One grebe and another one was diving under. Should also be around. Ryanair returning from Dublin. Hey there Melvin, good morning. Roland, guten Morgen. Albert Bueno, morning from the Canary Islands, good morning. Vincent, goedemorgen, good morning. Let's quickly turn around the camera. We have a heavy hitter coming home out of India. KLM flight 872, Boeing 787-10 Dreamliner. Coming back from Delhi, where it left 8 hours 38 minutes ago. The airplane 3 years old, first flight January 2020. Wheelie time. Nice. I think the bar has been set, ladies and gentlemen. Now I'm not seeing any traffic going to center anymore. I think that they have closed the center runway and all traffic is coming my way now. Also worth mentioning, even though it is now being obscured by the sun, that you can see there's a little stripe. Contrails appear to be visible today. So if any quad jets from Frankfurt to the United States are passing over, they will probably come directly towards me from the east-southeast. If you think something interesting might be coming my way, let me know in the chat and I will see if I can point the camera towards it. Daan Dubbeldam, goedemorgen. Ian, good morning my friend. Super G, good afternoon from India. Good afternoon mate, welcome to the show. Alright, next up Finnair. Not the A350 but the A330. Arriving from Helsinki, it is in the Marimekko Unikko livery. Looks flowery. If you look at the picture on flight radar, it looks like some flowers on the livery, on the fuselage behind the wings. A330-300, flight 1301, flight time 2 hours 2 minutes. The airplane 14 years old, first flight March 2009. Did you guys see that? Helicopter. Surely that isn't an Apache, is it? That's probably just a regular police helicopter. Let me have a look on my laptop. No, that for a second I thought, is it an Apache? But it isn't. The next heavy hitter to arrive. Air Canada flight 808. It is a 777 arriving from Toronto. Current flight time 6 hours 32 minutes. It is a 200 long range. She is 16 years old. First flight was in June 2007. Hey there, Mr. Jackson. Can't sleep. Glad you're streaming. Good to see you, mate. It's been a while. Hope all is well. Hope the recovery goes well. Hope the dust of having moved has started to settle down as well. Oh, it is an Apache. It was an Apache. Oh, wow. Too bad it wasn't closer by. They do make a gnarly noise. Also something you don't see every day. Departures from runway 24, flying to the north. 737 going to Copenhagen. Right, 2 airplanes inbound. 737-800 arriving from Paris-Charles de Gaulle. Here's the first airplane to arrive. KLM flight 1224. 737-800. Flight time 46 minutes. The airplane is 15 years old. First flight was in April 2008. Next up, A320neo from SAS arriving from Oslo. Hopefully that wound heals quickly, Michael. Creating a vacuum does help. But still, if it's an open wound that cannot be sutured, it can take a lot of time before it closes fully and durably. SAS flight 821, arriving from Oslo, touching down after 1.5 hours of flying. Brand new airplane, first flight February this year. Some fireworks being set off, not the firefighters, but the bird controller. Good morning Bernd, herzlich willkommen. Now, Russell Crowe and his bros are also present again. Chilling in the grass over here. And in the meantime, an Embraer 190 arriving from Prague. Touches down, flight 1352, Embraer 190. 13-year-old airplane. Hey there Thomas, goedemorgen, good morning. Nelly, goedemorgen, good morning. Here's the culprit for the explosives you might be hearing. Next, big bird to come in, the AMS live logo, it is another Dreamliner. KLM flight 644. 787-10 Dreamliner arriving from New York JFK, current flight time 6 hours 7 minutes. The airplane is 2 years old, first flight August 2020. Not sure if this one was longer than the other one, but definitely two competitors in the game so far. And good morning to Misa Ahonza, Elizabeth, good morning, Jamie X, good morning, Zwani, checking in from Spain, good morning. Hey there Mark, good morning. Dave, goedemorgen, good morning. Hope all is well with everyone. Almost weekend or already weekend for most of you. So if you just tuned in, welcome to the show. Another morning of arrivals, morning and early afternoon. We're waiting for the A380 and also for the Quetzalcoatl special livery of Aeromexico, the Dreamliner, expected in the beginning of the afternoon. In the meantime, there were 4 747s airborne before I went out over here when I checked flight radar. So at least 4 747s are expected in the duration of the live stream. We haven't seen a single one yet. They all have to arrive still. And maybe like yesterday also was the case, maybe we get to see additional queens if, for instance, they take off from nearby destinations such as Paris Charles de Gaulle, what was happening yesterday, giving us an extra 747 to see, but at least 4 are expected until the Aeromexico Dreamliner and the A380 have landed. Here we have a 737 from Corendon Airlines, flight 518, coming back from Ibiza. 2 hours and 10 minutes of flight time. She is 23 years old, first flight December 1999. You don't expect those smaller airplanes to make so much noise, but this one definitely used its reversers and it made a lovely sound. Hey Jerry, good morning my friend. Good to see you again, mate. Hope all is well. And Dave already giving us a sneak preview saying that Cathay Pacific 747 is about 10 minutes out. So if you need to go to the bathroom, go now. If you want to grab a fresh cup of coffee or make a fresh cup of tea, now's the time. You still have just under 10 minutes. Now, as you guys can see in the meter, there's not much wind, 6 knots or so. You can see how the chimney smoke or vapor, whatever it is rising more vertically than yesterday and the previous days. The windmills in the distance do spin, but they do spin relatively quickly already. I do believe that as the ground warms up, wind will increase a little. I get the impression that it is already happening a little bit, so I wouldn't be surprised if next meters show a higher wind speed than still is the case. EasyJet A320neo arriving from London Gatwick. Short flights 37 minutes. Young airplane, 5 years old, first flight June 2018. Haven't seen the firefighters yet. Did already have 2 instances of phantom firefighter sounds that I thought I heard them and I was looking behind me but I didn't see anything. So the wind is coming from 160 degrees. That is approximately from over there. Over here we have some high clouds. Not much. Then inward it is all nice and blue. Not seeing any contrails in the vicinity. And the police checking at the fence on the other side. Just driving off again. There is also, you see somebody over there, there is also a roundabout over here with a fence giving entrance to the runway area. Dead end road, officially not allowed to park, but you do regularly see people go over there, but they do risk getting a fine if they meet with a cop with a bad mood who won't give off a warning and starts fining right away. Downside of the weather is that there are a lot of reflections. I was trying to show you guys the airplane that just took off from runway 24, but I couldn't find it in time. Jerry says it's a go around in the next 90 minutes. Well, we did see one go around yesterday. There was a Turkish A330 attempting to land at center and it did break off the landing, probably because the runway was still occupied at decision altitude, but Right, our next airplane is going to be a CRJ, and number 2 is going to be the Boeing 747. The 747 flying up north, flying base, will turn final in a minute. The SAS is already on final. I'm not seeing anything visually yet, but let me see if maybe we can pick something up by zooming in. I will have to look on my laptop screen, which is also suffering from reflections despite being in a tent. My own reflection. No, I'm not seeing anything just yet. That is the 747. That is turning onto the glide slope. Coincidental capture. And there we have both airplanes now. That worked out nicely. So CRJ in the foreground first, and after that the first queen of the day, 747-800 Cathay Pacific cargo, arriving from Dubai. Currently underway for 6 hours and 17 minutes. 11-year-old airplane, first flight November 2011. And in the foreground we have a CRJ from SAS, inbound from Stockholm. SAS flight 1553. CRJ 900 long range. Flight time 1 hour and 39 minutes. 13-year-old airplane. First flight November 2009. I'm also hearing a turboprop over me. I'm not seeing anything due to the sun. There is a butt shot coming in 3, 2, 1. There you go. Boom. Think it's a bit too late, Jerry, to ask the 747 to go into a hole. You better put a cork in it. Madeira Aviation Spotting, good morning. Han, goedemorgen. So here it is, first queen of at least 4. Cathay Pacific cargo, flight 3165, Boeing 747-800, arriving from Dubai. Currently on the way for 6 hours and 19 minutes. 747-800 freighter, 11 years old. First flight November 2011. Now, if you guys weren't awake yet, this will probably have woken you up. As Her Majesty has vacated the runway and will be taxiing for 15 minutes at least until it reaches the cargo parking place where it will be unloaded and reloaded. In the meantime, KLM Flight 749 about to touch down. Familiar silhouette, another Dreamliner 7879 arriving from Cartagena. It is underway now for 9 hours and 9 minutes. This Dreamliner is 5 years old and its first flight was in January 2018. And goedemorgen Lois Aviation. Georgios, good morning my friend. Hope all is well. So if you just tuned in, welcome to the show. Another day of arrivals over here at the Polderbaan. Currently the only runway in use for arrivals. Let me update the ticker. Last time I updated the ticker, it was still dual runway landing, but no more. It is otherwise calm weather. Was 20 degrees Celsius already, 70 F. Little bit of wind blowing from the east southeast, 160 degrees, 6 knots. Not much to write home about. You can see the water nearly fully still. So definitely not the most challenging of conditions for the airplanes taking landing. Now, damn it, there is an airplane taking off. The backdrop of little clouds doesn't help to find it. Reflections all over. Our next airplane is, however, turning onto the glide slope in the north. Not sure where it is, if we can capture it. I will have to look on my laptop screen to see if I can pick something up. Probably still not. Reflections really hindering visibility right now. We'll have to wait until... Oh wait, I think I do see something now. Did see something just now visually. Let's see. Yeah, should be over here. Right, there we go. Our next airplane, a 7879 Dreamliner, arriving from Austin, Texas. KLM Flight 668. The airplane is underway now for 8 hours and 40 minutes. It is 7 years old. First flight was in January 2016. Hey Rick, goedemorgen. That's more like it, Cameron. Friday night pizza in Australia, watching AMS, life is good. That sounds proper, man. Good on you, mate. Enjoy the pizza. So the plan is to stick around until 2 airplanes have landed in the beginning of the afternoon. The first of the 2 is the daily flight from Emirates from Dubai, the A380. Now I'm in doubt if it is a special livery or not. Flight radar said the Journey to the Future livery, but the picture indicated a standard livery. We'll see. First of all, we need to see to which runway it will go, but I think we already know the answer to that. And the second airplane to arrive, and that is expected to land on this runway, Aeromexico Dreamliner from Mexico City, today in the Quetzalcoatl special livery. I've been waiting a long time to get that one on camera while streaming. So that's definitely one to stick around for, or come back for if you have other things to do in the meantime, obviously. Well, let's see, the next airplane to arrive is probably an A319 from British Airways, arriving from London Heathrow. And it looks like there is a bigger bird coming in from the east, but did not show fully on my flight radar yet. Only am watching almost literally a postage stamp sized bit of screen dedicated to flight radar. Nice and noisy. That's how I like it. Ah, Dreamliner arriving from Tel Aviv. Oh, nice. In the meantime, it looks like the sun is going to disappear behind those friendly clouds. So, even though the surface winds are apparently east, southeast, no, south-southeast, looks like the wind is blowing more from the west higher up, because the clouds that were more to the west just now are moving to the east. So different wind direction on different altitudes. Nothing new. Does invite to have a look at the ticker, at the flight radar, and see what the latest METAR is saying. It is also getting a bit more windy over here. I can feel it. Okay, it still says 6 knots, but the direction has changed. Okay, on ground level as well. More westerly. The wind is turning 190 degrees 6 knots. Not a drastic change, but winds are turning more westerly. 6 knots still. Here you go, updated. The ticker. So this is the weather report from today, the 11th. 7:55 Zulu time, that is 9:55 CET, so that is from 20 minutes ago. Wind speed 6 knots from 190 degrees. The wind direction variable between 150 degrees and 220 degrees, so the wind is variable between southwest and west, south-southwest, between south and west. CAV okay, ceiling and visibility are okay. 22 degrees, it is warming up nicely. Dew point 16 degrees Celsius. QNH 1018 hectopascals, a bit higher pressure than yesterday. No significant changes in the weather expected in the upcoming 2 hours. In the meantime, the pipeline is starting to fill a little bit. The first airplane coming this way. Speedbird flight 430 arriving from London Heathrow, A319. Current flight time 39 minutes. The airplane 21 years old. First flight September 2001. Behind it, Dreamliner from El Al arriving from Tel Aviv. Flight 337, 7879 Dreamliner. It is on the way now for just over 4 hours, 4 hours and 6 minutes. The airplane is 5 years old. I'm talking about the Dreamliner. Its first flight September 2017. And good morning to Andy and Caroline and all other viewers who have joined in the meantime. Welcome to the show. Hope everybody is doing well. And another first exiter, which means butt shot coming in. And there you go. Will we see the lowering of the spoilers before it makes the right hand turn? Nah. Pity. Let's quickly turn around. The Tel Aviv El Al Dreamliner getting closer by. In the top left you can see the next airplane a bit further in the distance. Embraer 175 from KLM arriving from Berlin. First up El Al, flight 337, 7879 Dreamliner. Now underway for 4 hours and 9 minutes. Still a 5-year-old airplane. Its first flight still in September 2017. Let's see. Air Baltic coming this way from runway 24 near the lantern. There we go. Just have to get my bearings. So this one just took off. Going to Tallinn from runway 24. But I'm also seeing that there is an Embraer 175 on short final, or at least it is flying a short traffic pattern. So let's see if I can capture it. There we go. As it is turning onto the glide slope, which is also nice to see. Just north of the North Sea Canal. I seeing that correctly? Gear already down? Yeah, gear already down. Now Rick also asks if there are queens underway. There are still 3 underway. We have seen the landing of 1 already. And there should be at least 3 more underway. I'm not sure if there are going to be any additionals that maybe take off as I'm streaming from nearby destinations such as Paris or something. Embraer 175 arrival from Berlin. Now, and in the meantime, the sun has disappeared over here behind the high clouds. Does look like it's only going to be temporary, because I do see more blue sky from behind where these current clouds are coming from. Also another falcon or something. Not touching the camera or the tripod. The camera is stationary, so these birds, now I'm following it, but they can hover really still. Now again, not touching the camera, you can see can really hold its position quite stably. So here's the airplane that we saw turning onto the glide slope just now, arrival from Geneva, Embraer 175, KLM flight 1926. Underway for 1 hour and 15 minutes, about to touch down in a few seconds. Well, let's see. Yeah, a minute or so. The airplane is 5 years old, first flight January 2018. Peter PDK, guten Morgen, herzlich willkommen. Hope all is well, good to see you again. Also a nice little wheelie there, not the longest, but definitely a nice one. Alvin, good Arvo mate, good to see you. Just a quick drop in today, but stoked to be here all the same. Well, I'm stoked to have you on the show again. Even though your attendance might be short-lived. It is always nice to see you. Hope all is well, mate. We're zooming in on United Airlines flight 968, arrival from San Francisco, Boeing 7879. It's flight time right now, 9 hours 45 minutes according to flight radar. I was told that the clock starts ticking as soon as the airplane leaves the ground, so this should indicate it's airtime, but I'm not fully convinced that it is. But if it is, all the better. Now there's a nice phenomenon of sun shining through the clouds and also some pillars of shade that I can see right of me, which hopefully is still there when I'm done following this airplane land. Hopefully I will be able to show you. Hopefully the camera will pick up the subtle light differences. It is quite nice to see, but I'm not sure if the camera can show you guys the subtleties that I see in actuality, but I'll give it a go. You see some pillars of light and shade as well, but it is subtle. I think you guys might have seen it already. Can you see it? Just right of center and in the center of the field of view. Really subtle, but I think the camera still conveys the things I'm seeing as well. Alright, 2 more airplanes coming up. Doing fine, Alvin. Thanks for asking. Standing here in 20 plus degrees Celsius with my t-shirt on and my shorts on. Had to put on suntan before going out, so how could life not be good? Hey there, Betty. Good morning. Good to see you again. Hope all is well. Ooh. Ooh. Look at that. Breakfast is being served. Where is it? There we go. Adolescent grebe in zebra livery. First flight, not sure. Year of construction, probably 2023. Somewhere in spring. Not sure where his companion or her companion is. They used to be in duos. Oh yeah, and there's also an airplane landing. Lufthansa, arriving from Munich. Where did it go? I think it already dove under again, or those waves are from the tail of a fish. Anyway, big bird coming in on the runway glide slope, and after this big bird we'll see an A350. In the foreground, Qatar Cargo Flight 8201 arriving from Doha and flying now for 6 hours and 8 minutes. It is a 777 freighter that began its career as an airplane in October 2011, making this an 11-year-old vehicle. Hey Jillard, goedemorgen. Roy, goedemorgen kerel. Good to see you again. Hope you're all doing well. And are enjoying the weather that we are having today. Wheelie time. Hey there, Rajesh. Good afternoon. Good to see you. Now, we have our little friend over here. Nice up close. Allowing me to zoom in fully. If I can keep up with the camera. Beautiful. It is on its own, so hopefully its sibling, or at least I'm assuming it was its sibling, is doing all right. Because they did always used to be in a duo. Right, Delta Airlines A350-900 arriving from Atlanta, Georgia, flight 74. Arriving after nearly 7.5 hours of flight, 7 hours 28 minutes is what it is saying on flight radar. The airplane 4 years old, first flight June 2019. A330 from Turkish behind it. Well, quick run to the laptop. First of all, Jim, thank you so much for your super sticker. Hippo character applauds while nodding in approval, saying good game. I'm assuming GG is good game. If it isn't, then do tell me what GG is standing for. Thank you so much there, Jim. Appreciate it. And also, Alvin, thank you so much for your super sticker. 3 red hearts of differing sizes. That Greeb is a heartbreaker, or a cute little bird, isn't it? Thank you guys so much. Let me quickly go back to the camera because the next heavy is also approaching. Turkish A330. Oh, and because I was focused on the Greeb, I had the focus back to auto. Let me go back to manual and focus in infinity. Right. Here we have Turkish Airlines flight 1951 A330-300 originating from Istanbul, underway now for 2 hours 55 minutes. The airplane is 12 years old. Its first flight was in January 2011. And that is a good question, Kuni. Do the ducks have they ever made go-arounds? Not sure. I did see parallel landings in progress. Also formation flying, I have seen that. Flybys also, without yours truly giving permission. So go-arounds I haven't seen, but flybys without permission, absolutely. Their egos are writing checks their bodies can't cash. Right. Next up, a few smaller planes. Let's see, 737-800, 700, A320, A321. So we do get to see a nice little variation in small airplane types. Also looking around, looking to see maybe if there are some contrails or anything. So whatever was that yesterday, that puff of smoke that was there in the beginning and only was there for a few minutes, could it really have been an engine start from a ship or something? Because I checked the video again back home yesterday and it wasn't there in the beginning, and it only was present, the smoke, for a few minutes, and then it was gone and it never returned. So this is KLM flight 1278, Boeing 737-800 landing, coming in from Edinburgh. It was underway for 1 hour and 3 minutes. 10-year-old airplane, first flight in May 2013. Next up, KLM flight 1228, Boeing 737-700, arriving from Paris Charles de Gaulle. The next two airplanes are visible. Nice to see the third one flying to the glide slope, turning final, intercepting the localizer. In the bottom right is the next airplane, arriving from Paris Charles de Gaulle, as I was saying, 737-700, the smallest of the bunch, of the family. 12-year-old airplane, first flight May 2011, flight time right now 43 minutes. Hey there Warren, good morning mate. Good to see you again, hope all is well there in Atlanta. And I have no idea, Domingo. Did not check the departure schedule, so I have no idea. But at Schiphol, .nl. You can probably check that easily, or on Flight Radar as well. Thought I heard some ruckus, but that is Russell. On that solar panel. Yeah. Not sure what he is complaining about, but he seems to be unhappy about something. Right, back to the airplanes then. The next airplane, Croatia Airlines, flight 450 A320, arriving from Zagreb. Flight time 1 hour and 38 minutes. The airplane's age 23 years. It began flying in April 2000. So they do all seem to be having a football on the side of the fuselage, just behind the cockpit windows, I noticed. I'm hearing an airplane flying overhead. I'm just checking to see, can I see a contrail, but this is what it currently looks like directly over me. Not much contrails to see in between the clouds. The next airplane is Lufthansa Flight 988 A321, arriving from Frankfurt, where it left 42 minutes ago. 14-year-old airplane, first flight in August 2009. So the high clouds should be past us, or at least past where the sun is at, in the next 15 or so minutes, maybe even less, looking at this. So this is what will probably come next. More sunshine. Right now this is the overview. This is looking to the south. This is looking to the west. This is looking to the east. This is looking back to the north, where the airplanes are arriving from.